Hi, Bernice. How have things been going this week?
Well, this week's been okay. I only went shopping twice and I only spent like $150. So I think I'm doing pretty good about like not going overboard, but I bought some really cute shoes. I know I already have like 150 pairs, but I just needed this pair because it's summer and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I think I'm doing good.
Okay. I'm curious, how did you feel after going on this most recent shopping spree?
Well, I felt really good when I was shopping. And then I brought it home and I saw the credit card bill and I saw all the rest of the shoes. And I felt really good in the moment, but I feel a lot of guilt and shame when I bring it home. But, and but it never deters me. It never makes me stop. I just keep going out because now I feel bad about myself and that just makes me want to go out to Target again.
Okay. Okay. So, what I'm hearing is that there's almost like this cycle of you start feeling the want to start shopping, you go out, and then that like shame and guilt kind of come up. Is that correct?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Okay.
I just don't know how to break the cycle at this point.
Sure. I mean, and it can be really difficult. And, I just want to say thank you for being honest and open with me again about that. It's probably not an easy thing to do.
Yeah, no, but I do love the shoes. I think I'm just gonna keep going back.
Okay. I'm curious, or I guess I'm wondering, has there been anything else that you've been able to do that has helped maybe reduce some of those urges of wanting to go out and shop?
I try to sit at home and watch TV and try to do my exercises that you had talked to me about. Like when I get the urge of just trying to distract myself but then I just start online shopping, which is almost worse because it's like you just go on Facebook and you're like swiping through the ads and all of a sudden like all this cool patio furniture popped up and I bought a new patio set.
Oh, okay. When did you end up buying the patio set?
It just popped up in my Facebook feed and it was only like $150, so I thought I'd as well.
Hmm.
Um I didn't need the second or third one, but um it's kind of hard to distract yourself when the distractions are also shopping.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense that that would be really difficult. Have you I know we've talked before about possibly removing some of those apps from your phone. Have you felt like you've been able to make some progress towards that?
Um, no, not really. I use Facebook for most of my communication with my friends and family, so I can't really get rid of that. I'm not on Instagram as much, and the Twitter is absolutely a no go. I can't get rid of Twitter. Like
Hmm.
that's how I follow up on my Donald G.
Okay. Okay. So
Donnie
Twitter
J.
is
Donald Trump.
oh, sure. Okay. So that you use Twitter and Facebook, it sounds like for more of the connecting with the outside sources like your friends, family, and then just staying more relevant, correct?
Yeah, and then those ads pop up and they always just know when I'm shopping for patio furniture or shoes or something because it's always showing up in my Facebook feed.
Mhm. Yeah, and that can be very difficult when you're trying to navigate through like the social media and things just keep popping up. Um, I'm wondering too if there are maybe some things that we can practice together when those urges do come up or when those ads come up for the shopping, or if maybe doing like a deep breathing exercise would be beneficial in the moment.
Sure. Yeah, I've totally done some of like the guided meditations on YouTube and stuff like that. But and it's good, it works for a little bit, but then when I come back to reality, it's like the urges are still there, so it's like I can't stop my life every time I see an ad for shoes or something like that. So I don't know if I can, like, desensitize myself to shopping or find, like, I don't know if there's, like, some root cause or something that I'm trying to, like, fill in my life that I can't fill with shoes or patio furniture.
Mhm. Yeah, and so that's interesting that you point that out of maybe this is a way for you to kind of have a void filled. Do you feel like there is something that you're just not getting, and that when you are noticing like these behaviors of wanting to shop are coming up more often? Are there things that you can notice that are, um, I guess, patterns in your life?
Yeah, it's usually when I'm, like, very sad thinking about my stuff and my past, and,
Sure.
like, as we've talked about in the past, like, my mom committing suicide when I was very young, and then trying to take care of the family and hold the family together was difficult. So I think growing up poor might have something to affect with this. I don't know if I'm just trying to, like, overcompensate for, like, not having a lot of shoes when I was a little kid, or I'm not sure what's going on. I definitely feel a lot of, like, sadness and then just
Yeah.
boredom, I guess, when I'm shopping, and it's just, "Oh, it's something to do, just go to Target or to go to, like, Kohl's and walk around and buy some cute things and make myself feel better," but then the
Mhm.
credit card statement comes and I have, you know, $900 racked up on there, and it just ends up being a bad cycle.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. And, I'm very sorry to hear about the experiences that you had as a child. I couldn't imagine what that's like. And I'm sure that there's obviously a connection between um, buying things and feeling good. And so, forgive me, but how old were you when you lost your mother?
I was 14.
14. That's a very tough age. I'm so sorry.
Yes, I'm the oldest of 3 kids, so I have to take care of my 2 younger sisters, and they were awful growing up because my mom really kept everyone in line because my dad drank a lot, and when my mom was gone, then, my sisters started to get out of hand, and I didn't know what to do other than, like, try to my best to just, you know, dad was happier when he was drinking, so, like, all that stuff, and it's like, oh, any money that I made went to groceries or um, stuff for that, or like stuff for my little sisters, because I needed to keep them fed and keep them, like, try to keep them happy so they wouldn't, ruin their lives.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it sounds like for growing up that you had very little control. And so maybe that's where some of that shopping is coming from, is you in a way to kind of take back that control that you never had growing up.
Oh, wow. I had never realized that now I have my own money and I don't have to really take care of myself or anyone else but myself.
Sure.
And I want to make myself feel happy now. And the only way to do that for me is buying stuff that I never had.
Mhm.
But wow, that is that is crazy.
I mean, and it's just an observation. I could be completely off base as well, but it's just, we've known each other for some time now, and it's just something that's kind of come up time and time again that I've noticed.
Okay. What would you suggest for me to do that I could kind of like cure my like urges? Is there like some trips or something that, like, I've always heard that if you put something, you get as much satisfaction about putting something in the cart as opposed to buying it. or
Mhm.
like just not impulse buying. I don't know if those would work.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and I know I have lots of clients that have had very similar things and very different things, when it comes to maybe their impulses. But yeah, if you're interested in something, I think we could start making those steps towards, like you said, maybe even just putting something in the cart or doing more of like a window shopping, and then sitting with that uncomfortability, that feeling of, oh, I feel like I need to purchase, and really just like sitting in that and exploring it. Maybe the first time that you put something in your cart but don't buy it right away, you can sit with that feeling for about, 2 3 minutes and just observe that feeling and be non-judgmental about it. And then we can continue to kind of process through that. um I know that we've talked about those other exercises. There's also something called urge surfing. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So urge surfing would actually pair really well with the putting things in the basket and just sitting in that. So you're more or less just like, imagine you're on a surfboard and you're on a wave, and the wave represents the urges. So if you're being more cognizant and aware of that, but not necessarily giving in right away, um, the more that you kind of bring and understand how those feelings and how things are going for you, the more we can start working towards changing those behaviors.
Okay, so I have to kind of make myself a little bit more uncomfortable as I'm shopping. That's kind of what I'm understanding is like ride out that wave a little bit more.
Sure. Yeah. And I think it's going to be really important too to be really, really gentle with yourself, because you've talked about that shame quite often. I would hate to set you up where you're maybe, not at that time, and maybe you put in and you buy something, and then I would hate for that shame to continue, because that's another thing that we're trying to kind of deal with.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Um,
yeah, I think maybe this week, if you're comfortable with it, try doing that once. So
okay.
before you buy something, maybe just put it in the basket and just kind of sit with those feelings, try to observe them, try to be non-judgmental, and then we'll talk about it next week. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds like I can do that.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Bernice. I will see you next week, same time. Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye.
All right.